was an area over here that we could kind of get into, maybe. And there's a side quest over here. Yeah, I didn't mean for this episode to be as grindy as it was, but we got a lot done this stream. Ganna belt. Some of this. Huh. Oh, look, it's a cave. Waterfall depths. Granite Fang 2. Yeah, I guess this hadn't been here yet, into the water. Thank God my armor's lighter than it looks, because I would have sunk right to the bottom. Oh, hey there, kid. What you doing under this bridge? It's where I live because this place sucks. Thanks, miss. I promise I won't go jumping off bridges anymore. Oh, is that what you were doing? Well, kid, you should probably not have done that in the first place. I broke my ankle by jumping off bridges just because. There's nothing else to do in this town. Oh, what do we got here? Salmon. Delicious herbs. Sage, huh? There's a thing up there that we missed. Dude has insane endurance for being able to swim this fast. Okay. You say there's a bird around here, fella?
I see a village over there.
The people working in it look Danon.
Look at these fields and all this livestock.
You're
Am
my
I crazy for thinking these people seem to have it pretty
I
easy?
hear you,
What
but
the
I
hell
don't
is
see
going
you.
on here?
Here you are. Look how cute. I see you. Devil wings.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
We should definitely go back sometime. Now, where was that area that I saw earlier that you could jump off of? Over here. Oh, it's an apple tree. Delicious apples. Eggs. What do we got back here? Apples. Yeah, so far this is definitely my favorite zone. Milk. Just very fantasy, you know? I was missing out on the fantasy aspect. There's been too much sci-fi. Oh. Hey, mister, are you okay? Is he dead? Eggs for Bart?
Ah!
Go get eggs for Bart.
Uh-huh.
I need you to go out and get eggs for Bart. I can't do that voice. It's too... They have too much Asperger's for me to be able to mimic them. Well, at any rate, I sure can't move. Maybe this is some sort of sign. I know you can't say that these days, but definitely has some sort of spectrum disorder.
all right.
I was hoping you could bring me back to my home.
Yeah.
No, not that way. My house is in the opposite direction from the city.
Grief.
Very nice.
Should mention my back hurts too. Can I ask you to carry me as well? I just want to feel your nice, young, supple body beneath mine. Don't worry now, lad. You'll be well taken care of. Tired already? I expected better from you. Still, I appreciate it, kid. If you hadn't come along, I'd have been Zoigle food for long.
I guess.
Good question.
Yes.
Name's Bogdell. I run this here ranch, which always keeps my old stomach full of nothing else. Ranch? What are you doing in a place like this?
I don't believe
You
this.
don't know what a ranch is, boy? Where'd you think all that food you eat in town comes from? Point being, folks like me are the ones who supply the food everyone eats, both Dannins and Rennins alike. Anyway, I owe you a little something for helping me get back here in one piece. Oh, hush, I just need to figure out what. I don't got a lot of spare around here. I know. Y'all can make sure use of this here ranch as much as you like. This livestock here will be all yours. Heck, I'll even look after them. How's that sound? That's nice of you to offer, but I don't know the first thing about raising animals. You'll be fine, trust me. You got a face that animals will love. I'm sure you'll take good care of them.
Really?
Oh man, we got our own plot of land. It's like the Mists of Pandaria all over again. You can raise livestock for cooking ingredients. Place the livestock you want to raise in the barn and give them feed. This is a weird, different feature for a Tales game. You can give them paid feed to raise more of them faster. You can get ingredients once your livestock grows over time. Guarding livestock. Livestock can sometimes come under attack by stray Zoigles. Mice also get into the barn, which will keep livestock from growing. Post a guard dog to lower the rate of stray Zoigles, and post a guard cat to lower the rate. How bizarre. Player housing in a Tales game? Is the Crushinator at that farm? God dagnabbit, Crushinator, chase after him. No, Pa, I love him. What was I working on for you, boy? Increased by 600. We're still working on it. Start puffing, boy. Oh, that's kind of... Man, that's like some crazy scaling. That means that like now there's incentive for finding the owls. That's kind of interesting. Player housing in a Tales game. This
Who would
is
have thought
so
we'd be raising
bizarre.
animals in a place like this?
Since we've decided to stop, we should make use of the opportunity.
Do you mean me?
It doesn't matter who.
I guess this is a nice place to raise the kitties. Once me and Shion finally do the do. Unless, I don't know. Tales games haven't really had any sort of romance mechanic since Tales of Symphonia, and even then it was like you were quote-unquote friends. Why doesn't anybody love in this universe? Palpatine don't got a wife. Where was this located? Traslita. Oh, okay. It was down here. Faria Ranch. How weird. Don't know how much I'll pay attention to that because I don't really pay... Like, if I'm going to play a farming simulator, I'd rather play Stardew Valley. But we'll see. Because in that game, I can do all kinds of cool stuff, like marriage and whatnot. Okay, that's where we need to go. What's over here? some sheep and some cows. Very nice farmstead we got here. Let's see, where he went there. Alright, let's go to town. Giggity. Now this is what I like, man. A fantasy setting that looks medieval. Like, I'm not trying to shoot guns and lasers and shit in the Tales game. I'm sure some people like it, but I'm just, like, ambivalent towards it. Fast point travel added. Well, seeing as how we got a fast point, let's, see what the Owl Forest has to offer, eh? Let's see if we found all the owls, because I'm wondering where the other one is. Dang, name it, Crushinator.
We finally made it.
I think Hoodle sent us
Okay,
something.
cool. We got all the white owls. Come on, sir, I can't wait all day. Silver Sincleaver armor. Copper Sincleaver armor. Sci fantasy. Aren't most of the Tales games sci fantasy? I don't know. For me in those other games, it was all about magic being the source of energy and not like literal ores and elements and junk. But I mean, if that was the case, like, you never really saw guns in, like, some of the... Well, you did. Like, Tales of Eternia, Maximus, or whatever his name was, he had guns. I mean, I guess, begrudgingly, I'll accept that. It's just that, like... I don't know. Like, Reed didn't use, guns and technology. He just used a sword. Like Farah didn't use any technology. She just punched people. What's the word I'm looking for? But I guess to an extent it was kind of sciencey in a way. Toda is sci fantasy. They use tech to make clones. I think, yeah, I guess. Like, I think the clone part is the most sciencey part of it. The rest is kind of like magical, like phonic arts and like taking elements from the air, like Tears singing like their version of Jesus hymns to protect people because Yulia made a pact with like an elemental god. Like, there's bits and pieces of it, but yeah. It's not super in the foreground like it is in this game. Like, it's just kind of there, but it's not a big old thing. Oh my god, the people are peaceful with Renans in this town? What's that about? They respect and get along with one another. Vicent. A little hazy.
Look, Renan soldiers.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Vicent.
Do the Renans
I'm
control
nice.
this city? I've never seen so many of them in one place before.
Even Regretta.
No.
Her name is
Cores on
Greta, and she's the only
These
one who
people
uses
are all
guns.
Danis.
But yes,
They're
you're right.
slaves.
Don't know why she uses
If
guns
they
and like
are,
literally nobody
they're
else
awfully
does.
well
She's the only
dressed.
one in that universe who has a
And
gun.
they're smiling too.
Well, 2 pistols, I should
Something
say.
weird's going on here.
But you're right, you're right.
Forgive the intrusion, but if I'm not mistaken,
I just don't pay
you're
attention because she
newcomers to
also uses
Elven
magic.
Lands, yes? Please, you have no reason
It's
to be
not that I don't
alarmed.
pay attention. What I mean
My
to say is
name
like
Droshin.
it's not in
I
my
work at the
face with
Department
it.
for Welfare.
Department for Welfare.
We work to support the day-to-day living of all citizens. Welcoming newcomers to the realm is a part of our job,
Oh,
albeit
wow.
one we rarely have the pleasure
What's
to
really
perform.
going on here, sir?
Let me guess. We get a free pair of shackles as a welcome gift.
Perish the thought. Your trepidation is perfectly understandable.
There were
but
other
I
people that
assure you,
use
our
guns
way
in like some
is
of the
quite different.
like DS games that I never
In the
played.
past, this realm was no different from any other, and run by a rather merciless ruler. But all of that changed once His Excellency, Lord Dohalim, assumed power 7 years ago.
Dohalim.
Under him, for the first time in our lives, we Danans were treated with the respect we deserve. Lord
Yeah, you're
Dohalim
right. I
is
guess it
adored
is
by
kind of a
Danans
mech.
throughout the realm, and we serve
he
him
is
with
sitting.
gladness.
Am I hearing you right? The Danans here
Ow.
willingly serve a Renan lord?
Please, see for yourself.
Fucking dry skin.
You're free to go anywhere you like. Just ask if you should need anything.
What is it? Spit it out.
It's just, we came here to free everyone.
Uh-huh.
But the Danans of this realm are all happy to serve Dohalim.
But is it a mech because it's a sci
there any
fantasy
walls
or
that
because
you
it was an
need
early
tearing down?
2000s anime?
Who cares? That just makes our path to Dohalim
True.
that much clearer.
Well, it's magi
guess.
technology. Like magic is
Still,
in the
Droshin said we should
the
check things
name.
out for ourselves.
It's technology that
Maybe we
uses
should look
magic.
around a
Like
bit, see what we
when I
learn.
think of like science, I think of like, you know, we don't have literal spirits of electricity that live in our world. We
Everyone is
create
on fire.
electricity
I've
through
never seen a city so lively
like
before.
turbines and junk, or harvest it naturally from the crazy powers of
Everyone
nature.
walking the streets looks so calm and happy. I guess it really is true they don't
I feel
treat
like, you know, it's
Danans
not
as
like we have like
slaves
a
here.
Did they
mermaid
actually
goddess
somehow
who
achieve equality here? And if they did, why?
controls the
end?
water for us.
Something here doesn't feel right. Even though they sure want to act like it does.
What
And for
is going
Tales of the
through that
Abyss, I
Lord
mean, I guess it's
Dohalim's
like
mind, I
kind of
wonder?
scientific, I guess. But it's like that weird super fusion of like science and magic and stuff. It's like, yeah, he's technically making clones, but it was just so different and unique with the whole, like, because they really established that game's lore, like everything being made out of particles of sound. Like, that's what I talked about whenever I did that playthrough. I'm like, it was so good. I remember. Do you need anything? What is this place? This is Vicent, capital city of Elda Menancia. A beautiful, verdant, peaceful city full of life. The most beautiful landmark is Altalina Palace, the manor of Lord Dohalim. His policies have ensured that we can live our lives free of oppression. Do you need anything else? Seems pretty bustling here. It sure is. It's what sets this city apart. We're still technically slaves, but we get paid fairly for our work. So everybody's happy to work. The marketplace is booming. Oh, I got a phone call. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. TLV has lots of technology. Yeah, but it's like always ancient technology, right? Like it's stuff that like existed in an ancient civilization that still exists. Because like that's usually the whole point of these games is like there was like, you know, people got too big for their britches, and so like some sort of cataclysm happened and then everything kind of reverted back to like Stone Age type technology with magics and wizards and healers and shit like that. Like that's how it was in TOS, that's how it was in TOV. Tales of the Abyss was completely different in that regard. Tales of Exilia was like that because like Jude's world was the perfect world before technology made everything a mess. Tales of Graces, that one was kind of weird because it's like there's an evil space parasite created in a lab on the moon that's lonely, and because it's lonely it possesses the king, and the king turns into a douchebag, and then at the end he becomes friends with Asbel. Let me see. Graces, Exilia. Zestiria was like the old-fashioned like magic and well, Zestiria was like you can't feel emotions because emotions create demons and demons are bad, and that's kind of how Berseria was. It was a continuation of that. Like hatred leads to demons, and so we just need to make everybody not feel any emotion. And this one is kind of like the Exilia plot mixed in with a lot of other stuff. Eternia was closer to this game's plot actually, with like people coming from different planets and racism. And racism is what caused I forget the name of the main boss in that game. But she was pissed off because her husband was murdered by people who were racist because they were an interracial couple, and she held that against everybody from the other planet. So it's kind of, I mean, I don't know if that's the plot for this one. This one is just like, we're better than them technologically, so we can enslave and use them to harvest energy, literally. It's like the Matrix a little bit too. There's lots of different things going on here. But, it's fine overall, like I said. Like, the story is not super why I'm playing this. It's more so about the combat. Like, the combat's good enough to keep me engaged. But yeah, I think that's where we're stopping for today, because my voice is tired. And it's been 4.5 hours, so if this is your first video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. As per usual, there will always be a card up top at the beginning of each video leading you to a playlist of this series. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.